Jussie Smollett is back in the news because the Nigerian brothers that were hired by him to fake that hate crime. You guys remember that whole, it's MAGA country. Well, they decided to speak out for the first time since 2019. Here is what they had to say to Fox Nation. Watch.
He turned around, looked at us, and that's when we started yelling the famous slurs he wanted us to yell. Hey, aren't you that Empire Empire fat nick? It's MAGA country. Yeah. And then he said, what did you say to me? And then that's when I threw the first punch at him. I held the blow because I didn't want to hurt him, of course. So I made it look real, but I held it. Then we started tussling, moving around, and then I threw him to the ground.
Oh, no.
He wanted it to look like he fought back. That was very important for him because he said, hey, don't just beat my make it look like I'm fighting back and whatnot. So we did that, and then I threw him to the ground. And after I threw him to the ground, he had no bruise. I wanted it to look more real. So then I threw him to the ground. After I threw him to the ground, I used my knuckle and gave him a noogie.
Oh, man, that's a troll, man. That's an absolute troll, bro.
That's great.
I love this so much. So I'm confused. Someone's going to accuse me of being racist, Eric, okay? But why are they called Nigerian brothers? They speak perfect English. It sounds like
they don't sound like they're like
sounds like they're from here.
Obviously, their parents probably are obviously from Nigeria.
So would they still be Nigerian?
They wouldn't be Nigerian as much as I'm Nigerian.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was expecting a different.
Yeah, same here. When I heard that, I thought that they would like more like they were recently
immigrated from there.
Immigrated from
Wow,
Nigeria.
you're a white supremacist.
But yeah, apparently that's not the case. But yeah, famous French actor, Jussie Smollett, back in the news for, obviously they took it as a joke. They wanted to, probably took the money, ran with the loot. Was like, yeah, we'll do whatever stupid thing. And like I said, the fact that, he didn't get anything harsher out of that, considering.
Yeah, he got 150 days in county jail.
Yeah.
For there was 5 felony counts of
jail.
Yeah.
Like, that's, oh my God, that's insane. Like I know if somebody else, like, kind of had those resources being wasted, you'd got the book thrown at you, like 100%.
Right.
Regular people. But when you're a famous French actor such as him, I guess you can get away with it. Golly.
And look how harmful that could have been. I mean, the next year we're having wild riots all throughout the country. This could have sparked some if it would have turned out that, people believed 2 white MAGA supporters attacked him at 2 in the morning in Chicago when it's 20 below zero. The story was just a little bit flawed to begin with, and I think everybody was somewhat skeptical from the get-go, thank goodness. And so catastrophe was avoided, but how ridiculous that you got these 2 Nigerians screaming, "This is MAGA country." And Jussie Smollett at 2 in the morning. Okay.
Stupid.
Oh man.
It's so stupid. All right, I want to play for you. So James O'Keefe has announced. I can't find this in my notes, but it's fine. James O'Keefe has announced that he is starting another, here it is. He is creating, he teased it a little bit. Of course, he was ousted from Project Veritas. It was this big, dramatic, very awkward at moments situation to watch. And he has announced the beginnings of O'Keefe Media Group. And I want to play the clip with that. Watch.
The irony of the Acorn story is that it took a 25-year-old with a hidden camera a few days to do what billion-dollar networks and journalists could not do in a decade. I spent 14 years creating the most effective nonprofit newsroom this country has ever seen. And in paving the way to establish citizen journalism, I have been defamed, arrested, raided, and ultimately removed from the organization I spent so much time developing credibility of. I always knew they would try to ruin the reputations of those who expose them, the pharma giants, the 3-letter government agencies, and those who I thought I could trust. But in response, we are going to build an army of investigators and exposers. They have awakened a sleeping giant. I'm back. Remaining by my side are a small, tight-knit group of the most elite journalists in the world. Exposing corruption requires standing up to power because power hates sunlight. We are sunlight. Welcome to the O'Keefe Media Group, where we will never be shut down. Because not only do I own it, but you own it too. Support us and sponsor our army of journalists by becoming a founding member today.
There you have it, O'Keefe Media Group. By the way, James, great Easter egg with the Subway sandwich that they accused him of taking from a 8-month pregnant woman. So but we saw it, James, and I'm just saying I approve. I approve.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I'm game. Yeah, that's what it's needed, man. It's an unfortunate situation. Definitely, I can imagine watching some of you build like that and you get ousted out of that company for whatever reasons. Project Veritas is still right now putting out these stories that are getting like no traction on them. Obviously, they're taking the hit. But, he's going to do his own thing. I'm pretty sure he learned from it. I'm willing to bet like the kind of corporate setup. I don't know if they're going to, probably shouldn't go the whole, because you have to have a board going that whole nonprofit route. Probably should not do that going forward. He doesn't need me to tell him that at all. But, yeah, it's good to see that he's like, okay, let's get back to work.
Yeah, we need him.
Yeah. I think the board suggestion's a really good one. Good safety tip. Don't go public.
Yeah.
Don't be nonprofit.
Yeah.
Stay private. Own the company and don't get kicked out of it.
Right. You had good intentions, but they can always be exploited.
If you like that clip, there is plenty more where that came from. Click the link in the description below to subscribe to the News and Why It Matters YouTube channel to watch the full episode.